Hi friends, my name is Patrick and I'm an educator with Embracing Our Differences. And today is a very special day. Do you know what day it is? It's Embracing Our Differences Reading Day. Today, all over Sarasota, Manatee, and Pinellas counties, students just like you'll watch a special pre-recorded reading episode with some of our friends. Now, before we get started, it's important that we prepare ourselves to read some really amazing stories and have our imaginations open. So, can you help me? Let's put our listening ears on. Let's open up our imaginations. And let's get ready to read an amazing story. After the story, you'll enjoy an activity by a few of my other friends. Oh, and I forgot. There's still time to come and see us down at Sarasota's Bayfront Park or St. Petersburg's Pointer Park for our annual outdoor exhibition. The artwork in our parks feature 50 different art pieces from youth and adult artists all around the world, focused on how we can be more kind, more respectful, and more inclusive of everyone in our communities. We can't wait to see you down at the park, and we can't wait to hear what you thought about today's reading. You can send your emails to readingday@embracingourdifferences.org. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your story.
I'm Alexa Espinosa.
I'm Charlene Harrison.
Hi, I'm Helen French, and we're from the St. Petersburg Arts Alliance.
Today we're going to be reading Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood by Isabel, Campoy, and Theresa Howell, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Miss Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and her red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira tapped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding into the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied.
Then, just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said. A muralist. I paint on walls. An artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a brush. Then come on. Mira dipped into the loudest color she saw. Yow-wee! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you, he asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush and the music started again. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy.
Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine, and everyone danced. Together, they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he told them. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide, then pulled everything back together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe. Maybe something beautiful, illustrated by the muralist who inspired it, was written in honor of Rafael and Candace Lopez and all the quiet leaders in our neighborhoods. It is an invitation to transform not only the walls and streets of our cities, but also the minds and hearts of communities. Such a sweet story.
Hi friends, my name is Michaela. I'm a local artist, much like Mira, and we've just finished reading Maybe Something Beautiful, a story in which a normal kid, much like you guys, was able to see the beauty in her everyday surroundings, bringing joy to herself and her community. What a superpower, huh? Well, the beauty in that is everybody has this superpower. I use it every day in my profession as a painter. Today, I'm going to show you a little activity that I use to strengthen my artist's eye. You won't need much, just a piece of paper, a coloring utensil of your choosing, and a whole lot of imagination. Follow along. Now that we've gotten our sheets of paper and our coloring utensils, I've chosen colored pencils. We can get started. What comes first is laying down as many shapes as you know, all across the paper. It doesn't matter where you place these shapes, just get them on the paper. I'll start with a circle here, an oval here, a giant rectangle. We really want to use up all of the page. You can even make up shapes if you'd like. Here, I'll do a made-up shape. We'll do a square down here. Just make sure that you're filling your paper with all the shapes that you know. Triangle. These don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to use a ruler. It's all about giving your imagination something to work with. I think I need another triangle down here. There is no right or wrong place to put your shape, and there's no right or wrong shape to choose. Just get something on the paper so your imagination has something to work with. Now I have a page full of boring shapes, actually. What do? Well, I'm going to pick one shape to focus on. This circle up here in the corner. Now, if I just relax and use my imagination, what can we make out of this here plain old circle? Well, it sort of reminds me of a bowl. Cereal. I love cereal. This could easily be a cereal bowl. We just add a spoon. I don't know about you guys, but I love colorful cereal. So I'll grab a bright red. Oh yes. Suddenly, this boring circle with a little bit of imagination has become a bowl of cereal. Let's move on to this oval here. If I really think about it, it kind of looks like a flying saucer, like an alien UFO. So, I'll add a little alien on top here. A little green alien. And suddenly this oval has now become this little guy's flying saucer. If you are having trouble thinking of what to make your shape into, maybe a theme will help you out. Maybe your entire sheet is food. On that topic, what do we know of food that is a triangle? I really love nachos. I'm gonna make a really cheesy nacho chip. Yeah, a nacho chip that has just been dunked in melty cheese. I'm even gonna do a little cheese dripping off the shape. This giant one here reminds me of a chocolate bar. I grab my brown. My favorite chocolate bars have pieces to them like that. And I want to make this beautiful, smooth chocolate. What once was a simple rectangle is now a yummy chocolate bar. What about the made-up shapes? Those are a little more fun. I'm staring at it, and I'm not quite sure, but if I look long enough, I can imagine it as the head of a giant caterpillar. There's no wrong answer. I can simply add a caterpillar body. This little guy is missing something. I think it might be some legs. Oh, he's a cute, creepy crawly. You don't need to stay inside the lines. The point is to have a little fun. Down here, this square reminds me of a present. If I simply add a ribbon, it looks like the most beautiful gift. I think we need a brighter color. I'm gonna make mine a pink. You can feel free to copy my shapes, or maybe you want to get a little imaginative on your own and make your own shapes up. That's okay too. We just want to fill the page with shapes that we can imagine as something a little more interesting. Beautiful. Keeping with my food theme, this triangle has to become a piece of pizza. You guys guessed it. I love a cheesy pizza with a thick crust. And I think some red pepperonis will really sell it. Delicious. Now what about this square here? I think I will make it a letter. I love getting letters. Before you know it, the whole page is filled with beautiful little reminders that things aren't always what they seem. they have the chance to be anything new. Down here, I've got a large oval. What should we make that? I think I'm gonna make it a giant egg. I love decorating eggs. This guy's gonna be a fun striped egg. Very cute. One last shape up here. A circle. I think that I've seen a circle before on a bike, but to make it a little more interesting, I'll do a unicycle. A unicycle is a bicycle that has one seat and one wheel. We'll add our spokes. And we'll color our seat. Beautiful. Now we've completed a full page of shapes that have taken on a new life as things that are more beautiful to me. We've got some of my favorite foods, some of my favorite gifts, and some of my favorite insects. All from a sheet of boring shapes, just using your imagination. Good job, guys.
Well, friends, how was today's story? What was your favorite part? Okay. I'm sure there's more that you want to share with us, and we would love to read your thoughts and comments. And teachers, please send us some pictures. You can communicate with us once again at readingday@embracingourdifferences.org. Thank you so much for participating in today's Embracing Our Differences Reading Day. Until next time, I'm Patrick. Thank you for being kind, thank you for being respectful, and thank you for being inclusive of everyone in your community. Because when we embrace our differences, we make a world that's better for everyone. Take care.